Welcome to DL Insulation's training series on workplace harassment. This training is designed to help understand what workplace harassment is, how to recognize it, and what to do if you experience or witness it. Whether it is verbal, physical, or non-verbal, harassment impacts people and morale. We all share a responsibility in building a safe and respectful workplace. That begins with awareness followed by action. Let's begin. Workplace harassment is any unwelcome conduct, comment, action, or gesture that is known or reasonably expected to cause offense, humiliation, or intimidation to another person in the workplace. It can be a pattern of behavior that may be verbal, physical, visual, or psychological. Let's define the different types of harassment. Verbal, offensive jokes, slurs, or repeated unwelcome comments. Physical, intimidating gestures, bullying or exclusion. Psychological, manipulation, intimidation, exclusion. Sexual, unwanted sexual advances, comments or requests. Discriminatory, targeting someone based on race, gender, age, religion, or disability. How do you recognize workplace harassment? Recognizing workplace harassment is being aware of both obvious and subtle behaviors. Patterns of repeated offensive comments or jokes. A person being consistently isolated or ignored. Visible signs of distress, fear or discomfort. Unwanted physical contact or personal questions. Use of power or authority to intimidate or control. Someone being belittled in front of others. Harassment isn't always loud or aggressive. It's sometimes quiet, consistent, and deeply harmful. If you see it, speak up or report it.
How do you report harassment? Any form of harassment can be reported to your site supervisor or safety officer. It can also be reported online using site docs under DL Incident Report. All reports are confidential and will be investigated. Be sure to include any witnesses in your reports in order to have any and all information required prior to investigation. Investigation conclusions can and may lead to suspension or termination.
Policy Statement. DL Insulation is committed to providing a work environment free from harassment, bullying, and intimidation. Workplace harassment will not be tolerated under any circumstances, and appropriate action will be taken to prevent and address harassment when it occurs. This policy aligns with the Saskatchewan Employment Act and the Occupational Health and Safety Regulations, 2020, which outline employer responsibilities for preventing harassment in the workplace. Definition of harassment. Workplace harassment is defined as any inappropriate conduct, comment, display, action, or gesture by a person that is made on the basis of race, creed, religion, color, sex, sexual orientation, marital status, family status, disability, physical size or weight, age, nationality, ancestry, or place of origin, or adversely affects a worker's psychological or physical well-being, is known or ought reasonably to be known to be unwelcome, includes sexual harassment or bullying. Examples of harassment: verbal abuse, threats, or offensive jokes. Bullying, intimidation, or humiliation. Display of offensive materials or images. Unwelcome sexual advances, requests for sexual favors, or other verbal or physical conduct of a sexual nature. Retaliation for reporting harassment or participating in an investigation. Responsibilities. Employer, DL Insulation, take all reasonable steps to prevent harassment in the workplace. Ensure all employees are aware of this policy. Investigate complaints of harassment promptly, thoroughly, and confidentially. Take appropriate corrective action where harassment is found to have occurred. Supervisors. Lead by example in promoting a respectful work environment. Address harassment complaints promptly and report them to management. Cooperate in investigations. Employees. Treat all coworkers with respect. Refrain from engaging in harassment. Report harassment to a supervisor or manager. Cooperate in investigations. Reporting harassment. Any employee who believes they have been harassed, or who witnesses harassment, is encouraged to report the incident to one of the following: their immediate supervisor, the safety coordinator, a member of management, the designated human resources representative. Reports will be handled promptly and confidentially. No employee will face retaliation for making a good faith complaint or participating in an investigation. DL Insulation offers immediate reporting online through site docs. Investigation process. Upon receiving a harassment complaint, 1. A prompt, thorough, and impartial investigation will be conducted. 2. All parties involved will be treated fairly and with respect. 3. Findings will be documented and appropriate action will be taken. 4. Both the complainant and the respondent will be informed of the outcome. Corrective actions. If harassment is confirmed, DL Insulation will take appropriate corrective actions, which may include verbal or written warnings, suspension, termination of employment, other disciplinary measures as deemed appropriate. Confidentiality. All complaints, investigations, and related information will be kept confidential to the extent possible. Information will only be shared with those directly involved in addressing the complaint. Policy review. This policy will be reviewed annually and updated as necessary to ensure compliance with applicable legislation and to maintain a respectful workplace. All employees will be required to acknowledge that they have read, understood, and agree to comply with this policy. DL Insulation takes workplace harassment seriously. We encourage any harassment to be reported immediately. It is the #1 priority of DL Insulation to provide a safe work culture for all workers. Please complete the quiz for Module 2 on workplace harassment.